Alright, number one is gonna be good news. And this channel is over 400k subs and is completely faceless. And yes, there are people on the YouTube banner, but they're not in the video. It's a faceless channel, I promise, so there are no people. And what they do to get all these views is pretty simple. They find good, positive, happy news all around the world, and then they just put them together in a compilation video somehow. Slap on a voiceover and call it a day. The video's done. And that's how they've grown a channel to hundreds of thousands of subs, completely faceless. With good news in a niche that's filled with depressing reports about bad stuff day in, day out. So I'm gonna give this niche an 8 out of 10, and let's move on. And next up is gonna be Chupacabra Bro. Chupacabra. I'm butchering the name, I know, but over 300k subs, started just a year ago. And yes, this is what you can do and accomplish in a year if you go all in. And that's why you need to at least give YouTube a try. I'm sure he's pretty happy that he started this faceless channel. And that's all my motivational speech for today, I promise. Now, all this YouTube channel does is basically scary horror movies, games, stories. He picks out interesting things about them and talks about them on YouTube, like an ending in a movie or a new video game or something like that. Usually in this horror niche and scary stuff. And people are interested in that stuff. They watch, he gets views, he's happy, everybody's happy, averaging well beyond 100k views per video faceless. And all it really takes is an idea, poof, a script, a voiceover, a little bit of visuals, editing, and slapping on a thumbnail on top of the video. Boom, done, which you can produce for a very, very low cost. All of this in this niche. And so the best part is it's not just random. Every video is getting views. Some go completely, bananas, they go viral, yes, but none of them actually flop. So you could remake pretty much any of these videos. And I'll give this niche a 7.5 out of 10. Not the best to monetize because, what brands want to be affiliated with a channel like this? And by the way, guys, shameless plug, to sign up for the next free training on exactly how to start one of these channels, click the link in the description or head over to ytcell.com. That's it. No more ads. Let's get on with the video. So moving on to Productivity FM, and they upload 2-hour-long videos with just music and a still image. And that works in 2026, and they're still getting thousands of views. How could this be possible? Are they even monetized? This content is probably created with AI music, or at least some sort of royalty-free music, which means, yeah, they could definitely be monetized and actually make money from these videos. The videos are very long, 2 hours, so they could be doing some serious ad revenue. But in my opinion, I like to focus on more monetizable channels and niches. It's a fun experiment. They're getting views, nothing against the channel, just my own personal preference. But there's so much other content that you can create in the productivity niche to build a more monetizable channel. So I'll give them a score of, let's say, 5 out of 10. And next up is going to be Big Data Factor. Now, this channel only has 60 videos, but over 20 million views. And that's an average of about 300k views per video on a faceless channel. And what they do is basically make visualizations of real world things, like comparing a skyscraper and how tall they are, like the tallest buildings in the world, tallest mountains, whatever. Looking at the true scale of data storage or all the videos on YouTube. And there's no face, just a script, the video, a simple thumbnail, and that's pretty much it. And so the secret to their success, I would say it's a mix of production and good ideas. These are high quality videos, let me make that clear, but they go viral because the topic is good. And that's why I recommend spending days researching, investigating niches before you even start your channel. And when you run a faceless YouTube channel, or any channel for that matter, a lot of time should be spent on research and finding ideas. You don't need to reinvent the wheel, but find proven concepts, make a better video, take inspiration, and you can build a channel without guessing or having to rely on luck, like playing the lottery every time. That's not the way YouTube is supposed to work. You don't need to do that. So I'll give this niche, let's say, a 7 out of 10 score from me. Moving on to Zen. And this channel is only like a month or two old, and it's getting up to 7 million views on a video. And this channel basically just makes simple stick figure videos with obviously a stick figure, which you can create with a lot of different softwares nowadays, way easier than you might think. And then it's just a voiceover, a thumbnail, and that's kind of the entire production. Literally very, very, very simple. And it's a new channel, so some videos are failed attempts, but most have actually gone viral, which is pretty crazy and shows that there's something that's working here. And the reason why this channel is doing so well is because they're mixing humor with stick figure animations. So they're basically answering questions like, or weird questions like, what did ancient humans do at night? Which people seem to care about, but nobody's ever talked about it, right? When have you ever heard somebody talk about that? And so to find similar, a bit funny, unspoken ideas, you could plug this channel into AI, like Claude, and generate other video topics of unspoken ideas that are still very interesting. To make similar videos and build your own channel, either in the same niche or in a different niche, AI can help you find these ideas if you just use the right prompts. Because again, I know it might seem intimidating, but these videos are extremely simple with the tools that we have today, and you can produce them with a minimal budget and with limited time. You just need to know what you're doing at every step. So I'll give this channel, let's say, an 8 out of 10. Still a pretty good score. And next up is Another Story. And it's actually called Another Story. It's not just me telling you another story. This new channel is already getting thousands of views with simple animated videos talking about personal finance. And you're thinking, how could this possibly work? It's very simple and just a script, and these videos can be made using different softwares, tools, and AI. But the best part, and why I like this channel, even if it's just a regular story channel, is the RPM. Look at these videos. How banks treat you at every level of wealth. What happens if you invest X dollars every month? Everything is focused on finance and the wealth space, which is a very high RPM niche on YouTube, meaning that advertisers are willing to pay more for the ads in your videos, so you get higher RPMs and you earn more money for every view. It's hard to know the exact RPM. You can always find these different estimates, but I do know that it's way higher than other videos in the story niche, simply because they're covering finance topics. I would say about 5 to 15 per thousand views, even though the videos are short, and it will depend on the topic heavily, but investing has incredibly high RPM, some of the highest videos on YouTube. And remember that he could also be an affiliate and get sponsors and monetize in many other ways too. We're only talking about the YouTube AdSense RPM. So definitely giving this niche, even if it's a story niche, a 9 out of 10. Next up is Gorm the Old. And this channel makes videos that are completely AI generated, and you can just make these using simple software, and he's actually getting a lot of views. But I have a little bit of criticism here. The problem with this channel is, in my opinion, the copyright and demonetization issues due to the copyright issue, and also being considered AI slop. So long-term, maybe not the best niche. I don't think it's a very safe, good long-term channel. But I mean, he's getting a lot of views now. Sooner than later, something is going to stop it. I do personally believe that. And that's something that I want to talk about as well. Because when you're starting a channel, you want to think about all these things. You can definitely use AI. There are many great AI niches, but make sure that you pick a safe niche without copyright issues, without different things, so you can build a consistent and predictable channel that you can rely on as an income stream. Because you don't want to just have things taken away from you. And many niches are safe. You don't need to be in these risky niches. I also made a video where I talk about 5 safe niches and 5 bad niches to avoid, and highly recommend you check that out later. I'll leave a link in the description. Now, I don't judge anyone. There's nothing wrong with doing something short-term like this guy's doing. He might be monetized, he might not be, but it's safer and just a little bit better to start other faceless channels from my experience. There are so many different great faceless niches. He might be getting a lot of views, but it doesn't always translate into money in the way that you might think. So channels in better, high RPM niches can usually do a lot better. 4 out of 10 for this channel. But he's getting views. Moving on to Logically Answered, and about 1 million subs, completely faceless, but it's not a new channel. And I wanted to include that on purpose because I want to demonstrate that faceless channels can turn into a long-term asset if you play your cards right. This channel has been around for years and years and just years, generating millions of views per month. And the videos are pretty simple. I mean, it's a voiceover, which you can produce pretty quickly with AI. There's some clips put together, and the topic is always about some tech news, what's going on in tech, the newest tech things. And that's all he does. He posts multiple videos per month, completely faceless, about tech news. And it's a very safe niche. There's always content to produce, relatively high RPM. You can definitely be monetized. And so I'll give this niche an 8 out of 10 score. And next up is Deco Sophie. I'm butchering the name again probably, but it's a philosophy slash motivational grind channel. And I want to show you this because it proves that you can still start viral channels in the motivational psychology space. And I see this all the time when people say, it's oversaturated, this niche is that, blah, blah, blah. But it's just about finding your unique angle. And I literally, because I see behind the scenes, I see new channels started in these like top common competitive niches all the time because they're able to find a unique angle. Just as they've done right here, allowing them to start a new channel and go viral on video number 3, which is pretty good. Getting over 300k views on their third video on a new, brand new, completely new Faceless channel. And again, to prove that it's not just a one-time thing, a few weeks ago, they went back to that successful format and look what's happening. 400k views again and another viral video. So what they're doing basically, and why this is working, because that's important, is because they're mixing philosophy and science with storytelling. And so the videos are really simple and they're faceless, but they're combining these two elements into a way that seems to really resonate with the audience. And it's definitely working. And so next up is going to be Cosmicus, and started just 3 months ago. And in those 12 weeks, this person behind it has built a loyal audience, getting between 30 to 500k per video in views. And they have multiple videos with millions of views. And the videos are pretty long too, in the space, kind of like space niche, whatever. But basically talking about planets and space and stuff, where the RPM or revenue per 1,000 views on YouTube is actually quite high. Now, it's not going to be as high as like finance or wealth management or something like that, investing, but definitely higher than general entertainment content because it's a bit more in tech. And the videos are basically just telling stories of cool things that happen in space, like a space shuttle getting stuck, or some dark stories about the moon, whatever you want to hear. And you don't need to be like a rocket scientist to create videos like this either. You can use AI and research these topics without having to be an expert, and you're not explaining it to a PhD level astronaut or something. You're explaining it to the general population. So being a beginner might actually be better because you understand how to communicate with other beginners. And the videos are mainly a combination of footage and a couple of voiceovers thrown together, very simple. And this channel can also definitely use AI and more in this niche. AI is very helpful and can generate a lot of cool visualizations. And since it's so new and still getting this many views on a pretty much brand new Faceless channel, it proves that new channels can perform in the space niche if they do something unique, and the demand is very strong for that. So I'll give it a 9 out of 10. And check out this video for more Faceless channels with my amazing, beautiful commentary going viral right now, even as a small creator, and I'll tell you how they work as well and why.